And we're back. Today we're going to be doing turns from the sweetheart. Okay, so last lesson we learned how to do the sweetheart. Today we're going to be breaking the assumptions of, if you remember what the assumptions were, it was she moves in a straight line, she continually moves down a line of dance. Number 2, she does quick, quick, slow, slow. And number 3, she turns 1.5 turns. Now, again, those are assumptions in that rule. So today we're going to find out how to start breaking those assumptions with the sweetheart turn. So the sweetheart position was when we were here. So if we went quick, quick, slow, slow, and we led her just like we did in the last lesson, I would send her out, she would turn 1.5 turns, and she'd end up facing me. Now we're going to start breaking those assumptions. The first assumption we're going to break is the degree of turn. Now she doesn't always turn 1.5, that's just what she assumes is going to happen. So we have a left hand and a right hand sweetheart turn. So if we were to walk forward for quick, quick, slow, slow. Now guys, I'm going to take my left hand, which I would normally release her with, I'm just going to now keep it, turn her over the head, pick up that opposite hand again. Now, that is only one rotation, and normally she turns 1.5. So what we're gonna do here is, guys, we're gonna stay beside her instead of letting her pass us. We're gonna walk beside her. We're gonna let the left hand come over her head to take her back into sweetheart position, and we can do that indefinitely. Now, she knows you're gonna do that because you keep the hand and because you basically are gonna stop her with that opposite hand. So if she steps forward with her left foot, when I turn her, I'm going to take this hand over the head, but I'm reaching for that opposite hand so it lands back in my hand, and that's kind of how I say stop. So if I'm walking her forward and we went quick, quick, slow, slow, I'm going to catch that opposite hand and end up back into sweetheart position. So that's called the left hand sweetheart turn. We can also do that with the right hand. Now keep in mind, she is turning counterclockwise or to the left in this turn. So this step would be exactly the same as what we've done, but instead of taking the left hand up overhead, I would just keep the right hand, let the left hand go, and take her back to that position again. It's still exactly the same pattern, but I can obviously do that with either hand. I can turn her with the left, I can turn her with the right. Whenever I'm done, I can send her out for a free spin. So when you're doing the left hand and right hand sweetheart turns, what we're doing now, it would end or could end in the same way that we finished the basic sweetheart. So if we're in the sweetheart position and we're turning her with the right hand, maybe I decide to turn her with the left hand. Whenever I'm ready, I would just let go of my right hand, send the left hand out, and allow her to pass. So again, that's going to be one of the hardest things that you guys find for leaders, is to really manage where does she need to be in relation to where I am, and allowing her to go forward and then putting myself where I need to be. So let me show you the whole pattern all together. So if I went quick, quick, slow, slow, she's going to go into the sweetheart the same way by switching hands. We're walking her forward. If I did it with the left hand circles around the head, right? I can take her into sweetheart. I can also do it from the right hand, turn her from the left hand, turn her with the right hand, and then send her out. And guys, we want to be gentlemen. You got to know who you're dancing with too. Now, Clarissa could turn probably 50 times in a row and should be fine. But if you're dancing this out and about, she's turning to the left, and then she's turning to the left, and then she's turning to the left. At some point, she's like, okay, stop, I'm getting sick, right? So, limit this how many times you do that. You don't want to just keep her spinning in the same direction over and over. So give her a break. So one of the things about two-step, a lot of people that watch two-step for the first time say, man, she does all this spin. How do you spin so much and not get dizzy? Most of the time when you're turning in two-step, she's going to turn to the left, and then she turns to the right, and then she turns to the left. So it's kind of like this winding and unwinding thing. So it kind of balances it out. So, but if we do keep her going in the same direction, eventually she's probably going to get dizzy. I turn 3 times and I feel drunk. So, that's kind of my limit. So guys don't turn as much. So I'm going to show you this one more time all the way through. So we'll go quick, quick, slow, slow. I'm going to take the hand over her head, switching the hands. Now the left hand sweetheart turn, I want you to watch from behind. So if we do the left hand sweetheart turn, quick, quick, slow, slow, I drop the right hand, take the left hand over, right hand over the top, and then free spin it out. And that's it for the sweetheart turns.